So the last time on coding point. So here's the basic code. Hi all, myself Shreyas Raj. You are watching the coding point, and here we are again with another tutorial series. You are watching the HTML tutorial series, and this is the second video on HTML tutorials. In this video, we are going to learn about the basic tags of HTML which help you design the web. So without any further delay, let's go. This is our old friend Atom. So now in here I would make a new file and name it tags, which is a name, and .html. Please don't forget this. And so now we have it here, tags.html opened. So let's start working. So the basic code, I would paste it again, html, and here's the basic code. So now let's start using the basic code, and I will tell you what each code do on every step. I would open the live preview side by side. Now for the h1 tag, heading 1 tag, it is a tag which is used to give headings on site, and it has the highest priority. In other words, I want to tell you that this heading 1 or whatever written inside the two end quote and starting quote, end code and starting code, would have the boldest and the biggest font. For example, heading 1, okay, it has the boldest font as you could see here, whereas the h2 or the heading 2 is much smaller than heading 1. Why? Because heading 1 has the highest priority. In the sites where there are news and articles, you could see that the main headline is written using the heading 1, or it's written the boldest. So now we know how they write it. Moving on to the h3 tag, much smaller than the h2. And now I would skip the h4 and I would directly move on to the h5, as it would stretch the video, which I don't obviously want. h5, it would be much smaller than h4 and would be much bigger than h6. So now the heading 5 is here. It's much smaller, you can barely see it, I know. Then the h6, the most tiny, and the font has no difference from a paragraph. It's much smaller than a paragraph font. I would write as a heading 6. So it's the very tiny. I believe so. Highlighting it might make it visible, but no props. So yes. Now these were the heading tags. After the heading tags comes the paragraph tag. The paragraph tags is usually used within the heading, and I've used it in the last lecture. I would use it again. I would write the p tag, and I would close the p tag, and it's here. Now I would write some kind of paragraph. Let's say hello world, and I would just copy this and paste it multiple times so that it looks like a paragraph. You don't need to do it, you could just get a sample paragraph, but I have did this because I don't have a sample paragraph. So yes, now you could see like this looks like the heading and this looks like the content. What is the content? So the paragraph tag is one of them. Now there is another tag which is called as a horizontal line tag. Like for example, you want to make a distance, put a line between the h1 and the paragraph. So what you would do is you would simply write the hr or the heading horizontal line, and you could see a horizontal line has came up here. Now the another tag is the br tag. The br tag would break the line. That for example, you want this hello world to stay here and all the other hello worlds to go under it. So it's very easy, you could just simply add the br tag, and the effect is here. The all the other hello worlds have gone below the first hello world. So we have covered the paragraph tag, the heading tag, the horizontal line tag, and the br tag or the line break tag. Now the last tag is the code tag. Well, not last, I would be taking more tags, but the one of the tags is the code tag. It is used to represent a piece of code. I would just remove this extra mark. Yes, it is used to show a piece of code, like for example var name equals Shreyas Raj. So the browser uh, understands this as a code, and this is a piece of code, and the browser also represents this as a piece of code, so that any viewer on the site could simply know this is a piece of code, and is not any kind of normal paragraph or not any kind of normal word. So after the code tag, we have the pre-tag. The pre-tag preserves the format in a very strict manner. Like for example, under the heading 2, I would write the pre-tag, pre-formatted text. Then I would leave one line after each word. Like is this is another sample sample para. So look, as there is no need to add any kind of line break tag or horizontal line tag, and it is written in the same format as it is written here. So now if I remove all the extra spaces, then it would look quite aligned in a straight line. Now what happens if you don't use a pre tag, and if you just I would just take all these extra hello worlds, I would just copy them, then I'd cut them, and then I would just add a enter, or I would just push it one line below, and then I would write the same. But you could look that there is no effect, means after the line break tag there should be the hello world, but all the hello worlds are in the same aligning if I remove the br tag. While the same here, it is preserved in the way I've written it here. So that's one of them. Now I read the br or the line break tag again. I just removed it to show you that there is no effect if you uh, took the remaining paragraph under any word, because it would stay the same anyway. And if you have multiple lines and you want them to stay one after the other, then I'll suggest you using this pre tag. So after the pre tag, we have the anchor tag. The anchor tag is very useful as it is used to combine hyperlinks or add hyperlinks to your site. Like for example, I would add an anchor tag. I would simply write the A. Then the href value should be the link you want to open. Like for example, so here I have a sample link which is of the office. Now I would paste it here, and I would name it office. If I click here, then it would open up to the office. It's loading, and here it is. So this is how the anchor tag works. Now remember that you can't put your name around here or it would break the link. So in order to give the name to your tag or give the name to your link, you should write it between the opening and closing anchor tag. So after doing the anchor tag, we have the image tag. The image tag is very useful to show images. Like for example, img image, then src. Then we have here two attributes which comes together with it. It's called the src, the source of the image. There are either two ways. One way is that you could get an image from, and I have a link which is not valid to show you how the L tag works. So here I will paste it. So it's the link here. I believe so it would take a bit time to refresh the link, and the link or to the photo to appear. Now the alt tag or the alt attribute writes or give some information about the picture, if the picture is corrupted or not loading. That, for like for example, h I would write html. Okay, so as you could see here, so here we have it. So I believe that the, as you could see now, the photo is not loaded, but it's still written html here because the html is written in the alternate area. If I remove it, you could see there is nothing written about the corrupted image. So I would write the html again, and so this is a corrupted image. And if you want to get a normal image, here I have a sample image which I would paste here. I would make another image file, another image code, and then I would just paste it here. And here's a jpg. It's written in quite bold format, so I would need to set the width and size, which I could set it now. Width, not warning, I would just do the width and height. Width, then I would set the width equals 50%. Yes, width equals to 50% out plus space. So the width from 100 has turned to 50%. And the alt attribute, I would turn it again to the html. So it's done. So thanks for watching. I will be uploading next video shortly. Until that, stay safe, stay happy, and stay protected, and always wear a mask while going outside.